And people need to be called out, and they need to be called out very plain.
President Trump's Truth Social account posted an internet meme depicting Trump as the Lion King and Democrats as his subjects in the animal kingdom. Now, there's a huge controversy because the Obamas are depicted as apes in the video. Now, Joe Biden is depicted as an ape as well, and Kamala Harris as a tortoise, so their depictions could be viewed as racial if we're going in that direction. In any event, Republican Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, who's African American, advised removing the video. He thought it was racist. So did some other Republicans. Now, President Trump responded that he didn't see the part of the video regarded as racist before it was posted, but he did remove the video, and I'll show the full video here in a bit. But first, I want to talk about the liberal media. They went into a frenzy, including Don Lemon, who devoted an entire episode of his show to denouncing President Trump and calling him racist for posting the meme. And yet one of his guests was Hasan Piker. Now there he is right there. Now Hasan Piker is a streamer who was banned on Twitch yet again in January because he called a Jewish person a quote-unquote Zionist pig. Now, referring to Jewish folks as pigs is a callback to the Nazi regime. In 2024, Hasan Piker was a finalist for Stop Anti-Semitism's award, Anti-Semite of the Year, but lost to Candace Owens. So his use of the term pig was no accident. Hasan Piker has even said he's very attuned to anti-Semitic dog whistles, but he used the term. Now, Piker was banned by Twitch for 7 days. And Don Lemon, I don't know what he was thinking. He devotes an entire episode of the show to denouncing the internet meme, but he invites Hasan Piker as a quote-unquote esteemed guest. Now, here's the intro.
And people need to be called out, and they need to be called out very plain and very simply, okay? So I am joined by some esteemed guests. I'm so happy to have Hasan Piker is here. He's a political commentator, a content creator who live streams daily on Twitch and on YouTube.
No irony at all there. Now here's a shot from the internet meme, which depicts Barry Weiss, I believe it is, the head of CBS News, as a pig. Now that could be viewed as anti-Semitic and anti-Zionist, but Hasan Piker doesn't say a word about that. Why not? He's so well attuned to anti-Semitic dog whistles, but he doesn't say a word in defense of Barry Weiss. What's going on? Now, as we've all heard, Don Lemon is under indictment for storming a church in Minneapolis with BLM and anti-ICE protesters. Let's watch a little bit of that.
As you can see, all these pretend Christians, all these comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration.
It was an attack-style takeover of the church, according to the indictment. Now, the worship service was terminated and the congregants fled. They thought it was the prelude to a mass shooting. And now, I don't know what Don Lemon's telegraphing here. Maybe he's saying he doesn't care about Barry Weiss any more than he cares about the churchgoers in Minneapolis. Now, it's no surprise CNN had to let him go, inviting Hasan Piker, who literally said, "Who cares whether Israeli women were raped by Hamas on October 7th?" He said that. Here's that clip.
So it doesn't even matter. None of this justifies that Palestinians have a right to dignity, a right to emancipation, a right to live free lives, free from this occupation. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if rapes happen on October 7th. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much.
Now, here's the full video of The Lion King. Let's go through it all. So that's the most controversial segment of the video. The Obamas are depicted as apes. Well, Asians are sometimes caricatured as apes. So if this image is viewed as racist toward individuals of African descent, it could be viewed as racist toward people of Asian descent as well. And Barack Obama is biracial. So what's the implication there? Now, in my view, this caricature is a reference to the Obamas as individuals and not a reference to entire groups of people. So, what's going on with the liberal media? I believe that they're trying to encourage people to view themselves in a tribal manner, disregarding their own individuality and disregarding everyone else's individuality within the group. So, how do we perceive this image? Now, the liberal media is telling folks it's a knock against Africans and perhaps Asians, but in my view, the decision whether to perceive the image as racist is up to each individual. Now, next up, we have Hakeem Jeffries as a meerkat and Hillary Clinton as a warthog. Now, is that a play on words? Warthog sounds like war dog. Is that a reference to Benghazi? Now, one of the Benghazi terrorists was just extradited. The DOJ recently announced his capture. He will now face justice for his savagery. So, this image seems non controversial. Hakeem Jeffries is a meerkat. Meerkat? Merely a cat? Does the White House view Jeffries as too dovish, perhaps? Not a war dog, but a mere cat? In any event. Okay, this one's kind of funny. Gavin Newsom and AOC as donkeys. Yes, they're both Democrats. That's a fact. Okay, next up, J.B. Pritzker as an elephant and Adam Schiff as a giraffe. Now, I don't know enough about them on policy to try to read into this image. Let's move on. Next, Zohran Mamdani as a hyena, laughing hyena. Now, as the great John McEnroe would say, you cannot be serious. And Chuck Schumer as a zebra. Now, looking very serious there. So we can take Schumer seriously on his policies, but not Mamdani. Okay, he's too extreme. Okay, here's Joe Biden as a gorilla and Kamala Harris as a tortoise. Now, this image undercuts the allegation of racism about the image with the Obamas, since Joe Biden is white and he's depicted as a gorilla here. Okay, and he's eating a banana. Then? Uh-oh, it's Hakeem Jeffries. Now, if we view this racially, which I believe would be wrong, Hakeem Jeffries could be a stand-in for Asians as well, since banana could be a stereotype for Asians. Now, potentially there's racism here, but the meme depicts specific individuals, not generic races, so I believe we need to view this image differently. Now, Biden is the 800-pound gorilla because he's the ex-president, just like the Obamas in the first image were shown as 800-pound gorillas. Now, and Kamala Harris apparently will be running for president in 2028, so she's the tortoise, slow-moving. But this meme is complimentary to her insofar as it seems to say she could win the race the second time around against an opponent who might be depicted as a hare, as in the tortoise and the hare. Now, I don't know who her opponent would be. Next, the king of the jungle. Who can argue with that? Then, Barry Weiss. Now, she's the head of CBS News, depicted as a pig. Now, my concern here is Hasan Piker didn't call out this image. He's supposed to be so attuned to anti-Semitic dog whistles. Okay, this next one, I don't recognize the pink flamingo. Okay, I don't know who that is. Maybe Harry Styles from One Direction? Okay, then the pink flamingo and Whoopi Goldberg, who's depicted as a hippo. Could be a reference to The View. Maybe the pink flamingo is on The View as well. Was he a guest host? I just don't recognize who he is. So, is the video racist? Now, that's up to each individual. Since Joe Biden was depicted as a gorilla as well as the Obamas, I wouldn't view this video as racist toward the Obamas specifically or against entire groups of people, but that's my view. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe.